Y'all know what it is, baby. It's the morning hustle, and it's going down right now with L'Oreal, myself, Kyle Santillan, and you know our door is always open.
Yeah.
We have some of the most amazing guests come through the studio.
Now wait, she has to go like this. C-R-O-W-N-E-D, we cry.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we walk out.
Look, our guest today is a singer, an actress, a TV host, a bodybuilder,
Child.
and a long list of accolades, man. Miss Syleena Johnson.
Yeah.
What's happening?
My sister, okay.
Yeah.
Strong J. Yeah.
I love me some Syleena
Me too.
Johnson.
Me too.
child.
Absolutely.
The Queen of Chicago.
Okay. Still representing, right?
I'm trying, child.
That's the last time I saw you was performing at City Winery in Chicago. I think it was the last time I saw you.
Oh, now
Yeah.
the City Winery, she got on smash.
Killing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
L'Oreal was down to the show in
Yes,
Atlanta.
I
Yes, she
was.
was, honey.
Yeah.
Something almost popped out on stage.
did.
How was it?
That was a wardrobe malfunction.
Well, they had paid extra, so I was just
Oh, yeah.
they had sold it out, so I was trying to,
Have you ever had that happen to you, though, on stage where you didn't notice
I
that
have.
stuff that came loose?
I have never been on my Janet Jackson. I have never been. Even though I love me some Janet Jackson, but it has never happened. But I just was in the moment.
Yeah, you get the,
The girls
shaking
was
and
jumping
the
up and
movement.
down.
So when's the next show?
All right, now, Kyle.
See?
I'm asking the questions
We
the
tryna-
listeners wanted to know.
We gonna get them seats filled again,
Right.
if one
That's what
way
we're
or
trying to do
another.
is sell tickets. That's what it's all about.
No, but one thing I love about you, though, Syleena. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Serena.
I know. One thing I love about you, Syleena, is you consistently are working. You know what I'm
is
saying?
correct.
Whether it's singing or hosting or bodybuilding, you were out here and you were still doing your thing, and I love that about you.
Thank you. I'm a
Yeah.
busy bee, and I have a slave driver sister manager.
Is it all because of her?
Correct.
Felicia's not that bad, is
What?
she?
Come on, Lil'
She's a
Lil.
Capricorn, so we love to work, and we
Correct.
believe in the power of hard work.
Those are your beliefs.
And we know that you can do it. We know you can handle
Those are
it.
your
And I'm happy
beliefs.
that you have faith. We Virgos like to go sit down somewhere
That's true.
sometimes.
Yeah, I do like to
But
chill.
y'all don't want the people to.
With everything you have going on, what right now is your number one priority?
Oh my God. Okay, well, Black Balloon, my new
Yes.
single.
There you go.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And my legacy album, and my just being a mom. Being a mom right now, because I have 2 teenagers that I'm raising, is really
Yeah.
it's really a
difficult.
lot. And then my oldest son, well, my stepson is 22, but my oldest son is 16, and he's right in the midst of that, about to get a scholarship, basketball scholarship. So
Nice.
there's colleges calling
That's what I'm
all
talking
day
about.
and stuff
Nice.
like that. So that's very, it's just a lot going on in the Garris household. So just being a mom is a lot, but Black Balloon, the legacy album.
Yeah.
Sounding
you know,
good.
those are my babies right
Yeah.
now.
And on Black Balloon, you got a legend on there.
Huh?
I do.
Yeah.
I have my father, the Hall of Fame Seal Johnson is down to
Okay,
the
all
album.
right.
Yes.
And
How
I
was
have-
that?
Okay, so my father passed away in 2022.
Oh, okay, sorry to hear that.
So that's okay. He is a Blues Hall of Famer. He was a blues soul legend. My uncle Jimmy Johnson, who was also a Blues Hall of Famer, passed away a week before that.
Wow.
So they were brothers, and they passed away a week within each other. And so what I wanted to do to kind of continue the legacy of our music, because I'm the last Johnson. My nephew sings and raps, and my son plays the piano, and he's into music. But I'm the last Johnson, so I'm the last of the legacy. So what I wanted to do was go back into the Rolodex of my father's music and sample it in this new album. So every single song will have a sample or a piece of him on it.
That's
That's fire.
beautiful.
Because he was
Yeah.
one of the most sampled artists of all time.
Nice.
That's
By hip hop
amazing.
artists, by like all the way back to the to the beginning of hip hop. My dad has been sampled, So I just was like, man, well, I should do the same thing. Plus,
Yeah.
we own the estate.
Yeah, I know. Right. Let them keep sampling.
Right?
Right on back round.
That's
you know?
right. That's right.
So you just keep it, keep the money going back around. But yeah, I wanted to honor him in this way. So the name of the album is called Legacy.
Mhm.
And this song, Black Balloon, is from an actual song that he did on an album that was like socially conscious about, African Americans and the struggle that they were going through. Actually, this album was shelved by the label because it was too controversial.
Wow.
And so I wanted to bring it back to life. The song is called Black Balloon, and it's talking about Black people being balloons, rising, amidst, whatever that we're dealing with. So I wanted to bring that concept back to life, but I also wanted it to feel good and just feel happy, because I just feel like a lot of our music, and no shade, it's a lot of great music out here, but a lot of the music is just not, it's just not musicking.
Yeah.
The music ain't musicking right now.
No staying power
It's
either.
not teaching the babies nothing.
Right.
It ain't making us feel good. It's just not doing what the music when I was coming up is doing. And I know every generation has its progression of music, and that's awesome. But there should be something that we should be able to eat from the music, something that we should be able to take away. It's supposed to be the soundtrack of our lives. And so I want to do that with this album, just to kind of, lighten the load too. We just talking about Black Balloon, keep on rising to the top, Black Balloon. Just very light. Just have a good time. Go down to the cookout, the family reunion. Just remember songs like Keep On Moving.
Yeah.
Remember,
Step into it.
Everyday People.
I listen to that all the time.
Absolutely.
So like records like that, I feel like we don't have many of those anymore. So when I went in to create Black Balloon, I wanted to have that same energy. And so I took the positivity of my dad trying to uplift Black people, and I put it into a record to kind of uplift all people.
So Taylor Swift and Post Malone don't play around and talk about white balloon.
Right.
We
ain't got time for no white balloon.
We don't want to see white balloon, okay?
No.
Lead the song how it is.
Let it be what it's supposed to be, for sure. That's what's up.
I do want to, I'm sorry, because I know you mentioned your son that plays basketball, right? So now when you get to do y'all talk about the discussions about the league? Because I know since you said scholarships, I can only think the next thing to that is to be like his dad, right? And
Correct.
And go into the league. So is that like a fear you might have? Because you got these fast girls out here. You don't want to be a grandmama right now.
I know how to fight.
You can't fight no kids.
You see what I'm saying?
You can't fight no kids.
It's all good. When she talking about the league, so they're not technically children anymore.
That's right.
This is grown folks.
Yeah.
So because I know how to fight, I feel like no, I'm just playing. No, but we have conversations with our children, both our kids. And because Kiwan, my husband, lived it. He was in the NBA. He finished his career overseas, played for USA team, won championship. Because he's done all that, top player in Chicago, went to Big Ten school, Illinois, broke records. He can KJ has the cheat codes. My son is KJ Garris. He has the cheat codes. So he just has to stay up under his father, listen to his parents, let us lead and guide him, because Kiwan, coaches him. He's like his coach, and he has Coach Frazier from OT and a lot of different people. But he's and he plays for the Honchos, which is Quavo's team. It's 3SSB team. But he has a lot of positive, men around him that talk to him. Shout out to Chris Webber, is one of his mentors. But he just has to stay humble, listen to the people that have gone through it. I've been in the music business for eons, which covers all of entertainment and the most snakes you can find, honey, up under all the rocks that there are to have. So if he just listens, which he ain't gonna do because he's a teenager, but if he just try to listen as best he can, he has proper guidance. He has aunties and everybody.
It's so scary because I was thinking about like the Drea situation and
Lord have mercy, Jesus.
the guy
You were
she's
losing,
pregnant
wasn't you?
by. What's his name again, y'all?
Jalen Green.
Jalen Green, yeah.
So Jalen also has like all these other babies on the way too. So people were attacking Drea, but it's like, he's new in the league, feeling himself, got the girls
He's
out there.
outside.
He's trying to be like Nick Cannon.
Yeah. And I would be so fearful to like have a son in that environment with these different women that's just like left and right.
I tell you, money ain't the root of all evil, but money is the root of all evil.
Yeah.
When I tell you, when a man has money, and lots of it, it's really it's something else.
Yeah.
Women act a fool.
Yep.
And I love us. Let me tell you something. I love us. I'm a feminist. Go women. But we act a fool in regards to men who have money and power.
And there's been so much conversation about that particular topic on social media recently. Like, you see it, like, you know what I mean? And there's people that are like, no, the guy's supposed to have the money. Who else would we want to be with? But you seeing it from the other side as a mother who has a son is potentially in that situation. You know, they're kind of looking at him like they're vultures.
Well, here's the thing. There are vultures, but those vultures aren't real women. So let's differentiate the two.
Come on now.
Let's differentiate the two. Yes, we do want men to have careers and be able to take care of us.
Right.
That doesn't necessarily mean he needs to be a zillionaire or a billionaire or be an athlete. There are so many professional, black, amazing, smart men that are not athletes, first of all, that have money, that have paper or potential to get paper that can take care of their families.
Yeah, for sure.
Vultures, these women out here trying to grab on and get money or whatever, those are not real women. Those are not marriage material. You know, so my job as a mom is to try to show him and give him the example of what a real woman is.
Yeah.
He has a mother, first of all.
Yeah.
There you go.
The first line of an example. Okay. But he also has strong, positive aunts, a grandmother who, you know, he has a lot of amazing women in his coven. You know what I'm saying? So our job is to just kind of promote the right woman to be with. They're going to be everywhere.
Yeah.
And listen, you don't have to play sports. You can be just a dude that's got a lot of money.
That's right.
And it's going to be the same concept. But those are takers. It's men too now.
That be taken now.
Let's be clear.
Use it.
It's male groupies too that will align themselves with men who have money just for whatever it is that they
Take
can
advantage
bring.
of it.
Or
That's
not
right.
just men, but
That's
women as well, because I know throughout your career, you've had some very successful moments, and I know that guys were looking at you like,
Of course.
she
Come
can
up.
take care of me, you know?
And
So-
what's worse is not just so much of me taking care of them, but almost like an arm piece
yeah,
for their status.
that's true.
You know
too.
what I'm saying? Back in my day, it was more so like we want to be shown on the carpets with these women, these R&B girls. It was like a whole thing. They would call my label and everything. Athletes would call my record label to take us out on dates and all kind of stuff because it was more so about status.
That's
I'm
crazy.
just keeping it 100.
You got
No,
the
it's
record label
true.
filled in your dates. I hear you.
Listen, they would call down to the record label, to the publicist, and say they want to take you out and take you on dates and different things like that.
Trying to set up something
Yeah.
for publicity.
And I get it, you know, you dating your pay grade, kind of, sort of, but they weren't the greatest boyfriends.
I hear you. I hear you.
It wasn't like they called to treat us like the red carpet. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like they called to treat us like queens.
Right.
They were calling for their own gain. They were calling to just, you know, make news or whatever the case may be, you know. So
You know what's
Can I-
crazy? I learned something about Syleena when
What's
we
that?
were doing Crown. So as y'all know, I guest hosted on a
Yes.
couple episodes of Crown, and that's the show with you, Vivica, and Chanel.
correct.
And
L'Oreal.
and me, right?
Wasn't Kendra on there?
Kendra G was on there. Yes, she was.
He used to work with Kendra
Yeah.
G.
I
I
She
know,
knows,
I
yeah,
know
we all-
exactly
Oh,
who
yeah.
he used to work with. I know all about Cal, all his business.
Yeah, for sure.
What happened there?
But nothing happened. I mean, we was... Okay, the way you look, you was like, I don't know, there's a lot of hair flipping.
I wasn't gonna say her
Yeah.
name, you know what I mean? But you know,
Right.
since Kyle took it there,
It's nothing wrong with Kendra G. Kendra G is fine. She's successful. She has a great show. The dating show that's on social media is doing wonderful. She's a black woman in the industry just trying to find her way. And that's on period.
yeah.
Okay.
And she's no longer on Crown. So
And she's no longer on Crown. And
Right.
That's on. You want to know why? You got to call her and ask her.
I'm leaving it alone. I ain't know. I ain't asking
Because
nobody.
I'm not her, so I don't know.
So I was talking about something positive right now.
Yeah.
There was a
Black
discussion.
balloon, that's
yeah,
all I
black
know.
balloon.
Black
Okay.
balloon, That's all I know. Okay.
There
Black
was a
balloon.
discussion on social media since we talked about that, and it's something that I learned about Syleena while on the show.
Uh-oh.
The discussion was if Cheesecake Factory was a good enough date for a first date, and I found out that Syleena actually went on her first date with her husband
Look at that.
to Cheesecake
To
Factory.
Cheesecake
Ain't nothing
Factory.
wrong with it.
So now I eat at Cheesecake
As you
Factory.
should.
See, because you was the main one. L'Oreal was, I ain't going to no Cheesecake Factory. He can't do better than that. I was like, girl, have you seen that menu?
Well,
It's got everything on there.
Right,
You could ever
My
exactly.
issue was the creativity aspect. It's like, damn, you can only take me because all the Cheesecake Factories I ever seen is connected to the mall.
Well,
So-
see, but
Not
it's
always.
not about the creativity, L'Oreal. See, now we on Crown.
Now we on
L'Oreal,
Crown, right.
Your date is not about creativity. The date is about spending time with that person.
Exactly.
And getting to know that person.
I don't know him that well to know if I want to spend time with him.
That's why you got to get to know him.
You know what I don't like about...
So you go to a public place.
The white bread or the brown one?
You know what I don't like about that conversation in general?
I like the white bread.
I think people on social media and people in entertainment are so removed from the average everyday person's lives. The fact that a Cheesecake Factory date is not efficient enough. Like,
it's good enough for me.
It's the average person's, pay grade for the most part. Cheesecake Factory, places like that.
If you like, listen, if I like you, we could be down to the Chick-fil-A. It doesn't matter.
Right.
If I like you, it's not about where we are. It's about who I'm with. That's where I want to be. A real date, listen, we could go down to the walking trail and just walk and talk and let me learn about you.
There's and you know what they're going to say on social media? His broke ass took me to a walking trail.
Take me to the walking trail. We can lose weight, learn about each other, get some vitamin D.
Whoa, that's what he's trying to get, some vitamin D. Okay, all right now.
Pause.
Let
me ask you about the losing weight thing because I didn't know this until recently. We're preparing for you to come in today. I didn't know about you in the bodybuilding stuff.
I did. I used to bodybuild and I used to do it. I was doing it heavy right before the pandemic, and then when the pandemic came, like all the gyms and stuff closed, so I just lost the tenacity, the want. But I was preparing for my second show. I had done my first show. I had just trained I did my first show in the December of 2019.
Yeah.
And then we were coming around. I was training for the next show. It was supposed to be in April, and then the whole world shut down.
What even made you get into that, though?
Well, I was an athlete in high school. I was a 3-sport athlete. I played basketball. I was on the track team, and I did first doubles in tennis.
I was the person clapping for you because I didn't do nothing. I didn't do
you did cheerleader teams, though.
No. I'm too mean to be a cheerleader.
I'm clapping this guy. How you gonna clap me?
She on the side. UGLY. You ain't got no L.
No, I only root for the people I like. You can't root for the team.
Mascot and wore the little outfit.
No, I ain't doing that. I'm too fly. I'm too fly.
But yeah, so I was an athlete, and so I just love sports. I love working out. I love to train. I still go to the gym every single day. And I wanted to compete back then. My trainer was a fitness competitor all the way back then. His name was Will Franklin. I don't know if you guys remember Chapter 3, that album cover. I was like this, where I was squatting.
I've seen that picture.
Look at me. Yeah, I know that one. Yes,
Kyle, we're going to remove you from this interview in a second.
She asked if we remember. That's all.
Well, I know the men do. But I was training at that time. I wanted to compete, but I just never could get the time. You really have to be sitting still. And so when I was a talk show host on Sister Circle, it makes you sit still because it's live every day.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, this is my opportunity. And then I was like, and then I can show black women that we can lose weight and still be busy, because the whole thing with black women not losing weight and taking care of their bodies is because they say they just don't have the time. And, and black women are not... we're not suffering from obesity, and a lot of black women are suffering from obesity. We're not doing that because we're somewhere eating a whole bunch. It's because we're not eating enough.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we're stressed because we're working so much, which causes your cortisol levels to go up, and then the stomach and all this other stuff, right? I did my whole capstone in college was on black women.
It's exactly why I don't have abs. I work too hard.
So if you just took a vacation, you have a six-pack. You see what I'm saying?
You get what I'm saying?
That's all you got to do. But I wanted to do it up top and in front of, black women, because most of our viewers were black women, and I just wanted to, inspire them. And then it was something I wanted to do. I was 42 at the time, and I was like, I'm sick of this. We could do whatever we want to do in our lives.
Yeah.
As long as you're not hurting somebody else, if you decide you want to do something for yourself, you could do whatever you need to do or want to do for yourself in this lifetime.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be 70, man,
I should have.
I could have did that, or I could have did this.
But you're so dynamic too, because you talked about learning that in college, and you graduated with a
BS
nutrition science degree.
That is correct. Even
Top of the class.
I did. I was summa cum. What's the big one? Summa or
so I wrote it down. Summa cum laude.
Summa cum laude.
I can't even spell that.
Cumulative GPA.
I know that's right.
I did not have any B's at all.
Yeah.
I got straight A's.
That's what I'm talking about.
I know that's right. Well, speaking of straight A's, ain't nothing but A-listers gonna be at this Black Music Honors, right?
Yes.
Okay. Black excellence will be in the building. And what can we expect out of you here?
Well, I will be performing a medley honoring Chicago and Chi-Town artists with Carl Thomas and Dave Hollister, my brothers. And we got a little something special, that we gonna, reveal down to the show, which is super fun. I gotta wait till the end to do it, but it's fine.
Okay, so you can't give it away.
I can't give it away, but be on the lookout for that collaboration because it's really, really dope, and I'm really, really excited to be on the stage with them because they're awesome and their talent of singing is crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So
and I love how you always represent for your hometown, for Chicago. Always stand up for it.
That's how Chicago is.
I know.
Man.
Are you still backing Kanye West? Because we know you did the All Falls Down and you helped him out. He said you saved his life.
Saved his life.
And now his life is looking like he needs saving again, Syleena.
Listen, we got to. If we don't do nothing else, we got to leave that man alone.
Yeah.
Leave him alone.
We got to leave him alone.
We can't.
If you don't do nothing else in your life, you got to wake up and say, I'm going to leave Kanye West alone.
I still play the new music, so I can't leave him alone.
And what I mean by leave alone is let him live his life out.
Yeah.
He don't bother us. He ain't bothering nobody. If he make
Sometimes he's bothering us.
He not. He ain't
His life kind of bothers
stole
me.
nobody money. He ain't killed nobody. He ain't doing nothing that nobody else on social media ain't doing. It's people that get on my nerve all day on social media.
Shirt on.
I do want her to put on an outfit. But whatever
Shoes
kind of
at
little
least.
outfit she got on, just let that girl wear that outfit.
Okay.
Let him wear his boots.
Let her wear it out.
Let him wear his sock boots.
Okay.
You gotta let him live his life.
Let him send your package 6 months later.
Listen, and just wait for the music. Just wait for the music. It's gonna be good music. He ain't gonna never steer you wrong. But listen, I hate some of the stuff that Kanye be saying. It be wow. It be a fool. But I will always love Kanye West.
Yeah, for sure.
He's never going to do anything too much where I'm gonna not like Kanye West. And nobody can make me. I'm sorry. If we gotta accept Trump,
no.
then
we don't accept him. No, we never accept him.
We don't accept him, but they force feed us this man.
They do.
They force him on
These
us.
damn Geminis. We gotta watch out for them, Jesus.
Listen, child.
Now let me ask you this: you talked about the music industry being shady.
Yes.
You've openly spoken in the past about all the R. Kelly stuff.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then recently we're seeing the Nickelodeon documentary, the DJ Academic situation that happened, the Diddy stuff happening. Being that you're somebody that has spoken out against things like this happening, and we're seeing so much more of it come to the forefront. Mm-hmm. How does it make you feel seeing what's playing out in real time today?
What a great question, Kyle. You gave Barbara Walters just there. you gave The View. Like
Is he Barbara?
He gave Barbara.
She's a professional.
Come on,
She's
Barbara.
a professional.
It was giving.
He's a barb.
It was giving Walter Cronkite. Like it was just really giving.
Yeah.
Okay, now we want to hear your answer.
So the answer to that is, and what was it again? No, as a mom, I'm appalled by some of this stuff. And like L'Oreal was talking about, like, you think about your son just in the NBA. You think about your kids just in this new world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's not even new. It's just that we have social media now and things are just up front now. Mm-hmm. But these kinds of things, we have to assume we would be crazy if we didn't know, if we didn't think that these things have been going on forever. Mm-hmm. And no one's ever said anything about them. They've just been hidden. People have been suffering in silence. The one thing that I am proud about is that at least people are having the courage to come forward on things because, people always, well, why they saying nothing now? Well, probably because they were scared or traumatized
or they did and nobody listened.
Or they did and nobody listened.
Yep, that's a big thing people always overlook. Yeah.
Right. So I just think it's dope that we have a bigger platform where social media is nuts, but at least you have a platform to be able to release some of these traumas that other people have inflicted upon you that you just have to be caged in. Are we supposed to just be caged in our trauma? So I think it's great that people are able to speak up. I don't think it's great that we're revealing that the people are crazy. You know? But I'm not somewhere going, oh my God, because I just know that this type of stuff has been going on before social media, before we could put a camera to it. It's been going on. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what's a little scary, or what's a bit of a problem, is that sometimes people have different experiences with people, and you may have experience with somebody and it was terrible, and I may have, and I love them. So like what I think about is, you mentioned R. Kelly, we saw Unsung, and then Unsung, y'all had a brother-sister relationship. He's never tried to do anything. But then how does that put you in a situation? Because now y'all were like brother and sister, and y'all did have a musical relationship. So now that he's in jail, say he tries to reach out, are you now not able to speak to somebody that's never done anything to you?
Well, that's a tough question. It's very tough because, like you said, L'Oreal, I don't have that relationship that the world now has with him. You know what I'm saying? But I also can't condone the relationships that he's had with other women. If your brother, right, and R. Kelly's not my actual blood brother, but
we've seen it with Nicki Minaj.
Boy.
Like
that's my
Nicki
boy.
Minaj,
you know,
brother.
like if it was Kyle, you know, you
Wait a
see
minute.
Kyle,
I don't really like him.
Wait a minute. We're going to find another example around here.
Kyle
No, go
is
ahead.
your boy.
Okay.
And let's say Kyle, you find out
robbed
he's
the
a
bank.
whole serial killer.
Yeah. I'm
Well,
gonna have to
how would you feel?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
You
get
know
up
what I'm
out of
saying?
there. Away from him.
You'll have to get away from him, but you know that there's a human inside of there.
That's true.
And
yeah.
that's the person that you've been able to connect with, that he's a human being at the end of the day. And probably there's some reasons why he's this way. There's traumas, there's things that he's gone through that has created the Kyle that is at nighttime. You see what I'm saying? The serial killer.
Right.
Now, does that mean it's right? Does that mean no, and it means it's all right for you.
Yeah.
You don't have to be associated with something that someone else does just because you've been associated with them. That's not your fault. You can't control what people do in this world, right? So it's okay to say, well, this is my experience with them and I didn't have that experience, but I think it's absolutely outrageous that those women had that experience with them. And that's awful, and I would never want that for them or me or anybody that I know. But at the end of the day, all I've known of him is his great music, his jokes, the funny times in the studio. And then people always think just because you was aligned with someone or you were close to someone in terms of friendship, I didn't see R. Kelly a lot. You know what I'm saying? We weren't together every day. A year might go by and I don't see him. How many of your good friends that you have that you ain't seen him in a year and be like,
more than
hey,
a year,
girl, but you still be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? So we were not together every single solitary day. And I don't think it's fair that, because like a lot of other artists that just work with him got backlash.
That's
just
it.
for even just knowing them. You know what I'm saying? That's not fair.
Right.
It's people right now that I know are probably somewhere a fool, and I would not know because maybe they don't think that I would receive it. Maybe they don't think I should see something like that because they know I'd be like,
people and see that they're a fool. Like there's been many artists that I might have sat down with, but then outside of sitting down with them, I'm like, wow, this is how this person really is.
Right. Or when
this
they
just
come in
happened
here.
to me with somebody last weekend.
See? Or when they come in here and do interviews, you're like, man, that was a great interview. And then on the news tomorrow, you're like, I know you lying.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can't, what can you do?
No doubt.
What can you do? I mean, all you can do is pray for people and hope and pray that where he is gives him some kind of revelation. You know, that's all you could do.
Yeah, and Legacy is coming.
Yep.
Legacy, the album is coming, yes.
When is that
You got
coming?
a date for it? Or?
I don't have a date for the album, but you know, in today's day, we don't do the traditional.
Not anymore.
It's dropping next week.
Right.
You
That's
know,
true.
We release singles and we do whatever we want to do with music. So I'm hoping to release this year though, because I'm actually tired of recording it.
I was just saying, we could just have Alicia and she'll put the whip down and get you in the studio.
She's gonna do that. So that's already been done. Actually,
She said no, she's not gonna do this. She's gonna let you do your thing on that one.
Well, it's almost done. It's only like 3 more songs I want to record, just to fill it out, and then I want to do some, other little bells and whistles. But it's pretty much done, and then it's gonna be mixed, mastered, Atmos, and.
In the meantime, go listen to that Black Balloon.
Black Balloon.
And Monsters in the Closet. It's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yes.
So Monsters in the Closet, my very first single off the Legacy album, is a song that talks about mental health and being crazy.
Which we definitely need to know about in the Black community.
Yes.
Look, we appreciate you. We salute you. We're congratulatory for everything you got going on. Keep doing it.
Thank you so much.
Always the realest. Appreciate you.
I'm going to just be me.
Yeah. Are you going to continue to tour?
I am.
Where can they find you?
I don't know yet. I don't know the dates, but it's all being put together now. I have some spot dates now, so you could just go on my social media pages and find all the spot dates.
Amazing
But there is a tour coming, a very special tour that goes along with some of the announcements.
Okay. That sounds like I think I know what you're talking about now.
You're gonna be there, L'Oreal.
I love that.
You better be there.
You know who's gonna be there. You know I'm
you
there.
and your blue hair.
Right.
I want to see you there too.
Let me know. I'm there. I got you for sure,
The best show.
Syleena Johnson.
Now, please go to Black Music Honors. Get your tickets now.
Yes.
Give them the social too. You mentioned your social, but give them your actual handle.
Syleena Johnson.
It is.
Okay. Everything. Period. Okay. And Google.
Yeah, Google. Find her.
It ain't that hard.
You can find her.
It ain't that hard.
She outside.
Syleena Johnson hanging out with us on the Morning Hustle. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you so much, man. Y'all know what it is.